You're watching Kettle Messages Tarot with your Oracle and Reader the Gemstar. It's time to spill some intuitive tea together again. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. Reach out to the Gemstar for your own personal private reading at kettlemessagestarot.my.canva.site. The link is in the description box below. Now let's shuffle the cards and spill the tea. Welcome back, everyone, to Kettle Messages Tarot. I'm your Oracle and Reader, the Gemstar. Happy New Year 2026. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to Kettle Messages Tarot. I'm your reader, the Gemstar, and I'm here to spill some intuitive tea. Let's give these cards a shuffle and let's do random general readings. Let's see what comes out during these random general readings. I want to welcome everyone, my subscribers, my viewers. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, joining our sacred space. One more year, 2026. Welcome back, everyone, to Kettle Messages Tarot. This is the Gemstar, and I'm spilling intuitive tea at this time. These are random general readings for anyone who needs to receive the messages that come through the cards. Let's see what is going on at this current time. Let's spill, the house. Okay. Messages surrounding the home. Situations concerning home at this time. At this time, those of us joining us for this random intuitive general reading, we can see a clear message coming through. Watch those that you invite into your home at this time. They can be more of a hindrance and a problem for you than a help. I can clearly see a message coming through, a forewarning for those that have their friends or family involved in their relationships, giving them opinions or advice at this time. It's best that you deal with your relationships and your situations with others between you and that person instead of involving third parties at this time. Be careful with a friend that you have around your relationship, someone that you're interested in romantically, or if you're already in a committed relationship, watch what friends you have around you when you're with your partner. At this time, you can be having a lot of issues, a lot of problems when it comes to love and romance. There's a lot of arguments happening in certain relationships at this time due to interference from friends or family. Especially if you have friends and family staying over in your homes as guests or you're living with family members. This is causing a big problem and issue if you're going out with someone, if you're interested in someone romantically, if you're married, if you're already dating. Your friends and your family are getting involved in your relationships and are causing problems and issues and arguments in your relationships with those that you have romantic interest in. It's important that if you do have a relationship at this time, or If you're seeing someone romantically, talking to someone who may be a possible love interest, be careful with what friends and family you involve and let know about this relationship. There's also a friend reaching out from afar, wanting to come to visit, or is asking you to go visit them. For those that have friendships of long term standing, these connections can go to the next level during this time period. If you are interested in a friend, wanting to make them a romantic love partner, this is a great time to move forward with that. Others of you have a friend at a long distance reaching out to you to come visit you. There's a lot of issues where it comes to career, work, and finance. You may be feeling uncomfortable at this time in your place of employment or with your partners, your collaborators, whoever you're working with at this time. When it comes to business, work, and career, there seems to be a clashing of the egos going on, or there's standoffish or defensiveness. There can be a lot of arguments or confrontations. So when it comes to business, work, and career, take a step back, take a breather, calm down, and try to diffuse situations and try not to get involved in any confrontations or arguments or allow yourselves to be provoked. Let's continue spilling random intuitive tea. Those of you tuning in at this time, there's a message coming through that you may be at a crossroads in a relationship where there are too many fights and arguments. There may be too many fights and arguments in a current relationship, and you may be at a crossroads deciding whether to continue to move forward with this relationship or not. For others joining in, there's a message here that there's a friend that's interested romantically reaching out to you in order to take the relationship and the connection to the next level. Someone here is exposing their feelings romantically towards another friend. Also, if you are already in committed relationships, if you're married, if you're already dating, be careful. There's a friend causing issues and problems in this relationship. Yes, for somebody out here, there's a third party interference here. Somebody is talking to somebody else about the relationship that they're currently in. So someone here is talking to a friend or a possible love interest, some side person here, about the relationship that they're currently in. And how somebody here wants to end the relationship. Somebody here can be asking someone to end a relationship in order to take another relationship to the next level. Someone here can be letting a friend know in confidence that they have the intentions or they're thinking about breaking up with someone. So there's a message here definitely for someone here, a clear message that if you've been having issues in your relationships, there's arguments, there's confrontations, it's repetition over and over and over. Someone here is confiding in a friend at this time, letting them know that they're planning to break up with someone. And for someone else, it's third party interference. It's a lover or a mistress that somebody is speaking to and letting them know that they're going to end their current relationship in order to get into a relationship with them. I don't know which scenario is coming through for you, but let me know in the comment section. So far, there's 2 stories coming out in this random tea. There's definitely a third party interference here. Either someone is confiding in a friend at this time and letting them know that they want to end a relationship, or the second message coming through, that someone here is talking to their lover, their love interest, their mistress, that they're planning to break up and leave the current partner for them. But this is only in conversation. So even if they're talking about breaking up, even if they're deciding that they're going to end the relationship, they're not doing it as of yet. They're just discussing this with someone. Someone else in this relationship is already tired of the relationship and they're ready to move on to new love. So this is confirming this first message, that somebody here is going to leave a relationship to start a new relationship because they're tired and exhausted of their current relationship. And it has to do with arguing, fighting, disconnection in this relationship, feeling more like a job rather than a partnership, rather than a romantic relationship or a marriage. It feels like work. It feels like a job. It feels like we're together just for show, just for society's sake, just for show. And someone doesn't want to live this lie anymore. So they're tired of living this lie. They're tired that behind closed doors, there's arguments, there's fights, okay? There's gaslighting, there's deception, there's all kind of drama going on behind closed doors. But when we go out in public, we put on this persona that everything's okay. We have the perfect relationship, the perfect marriage. So someone here is getting tired of keeping this to themselves, keeping this secret to themselves. They're suffering in silence. And at this time, they're feeling worn out. They're feeling like they've given all they can in a relationship. They feel like it's better to cut their losses and move on. And for someone here, they may be discussing this with a friend and letting their friend know, look, this is what's been really going on in my relationship or in my life lately. It's not all, roses and gumdrops. No, this is what's really been going on. I've been verbally abused, physically abused. I've been abandoned. I've been cheated on. I've been whatever it is that someone here is telling their friend. And these are the reasons why they want to leave the marriage that they're in, the relationship that they're in, the connection that they're in. They're tired of either being a third party or an afterthought to someone, tired of a relationship, of being carried by one person. The connection is one-sided. Someone here is continuously going in and out of someone's life, and someone is tired of this, deciding that if you leave this time, it's going to be the last time. It's going to be forever, because someone is already tired. Someone is already checked out. Someone is already interested in a new love. And a new love is definitely coming in as a toxic relationship comes to an end. But it's because someone has had enough. Someone is tired of somebody else giving so little. Giving so little in a relationship. Yes, it's a constant battle. It's a constant battle. Somebody's feeling trapped in a relationship. And someone is tired of feeling confined. Somebody is tired of stuffing it all down. And now it's time to speak their truth, to start new beginnings, to walk away with your head held high, to know that there's new love coming through and that you may be ending a relationship to go towards a new love. But these relationships that are ending now are because there has been too much abuse, too much of letting somebody get away with bad behavior and showing up very little in a relationship. And the clock is ticking on this connection. The clock is ticking. There's definitely going to be conversations being had. There's definitely people traveling, visiting each other, talking to their partners, talking to their friends, talking to their lovers and mistresses at this time about the current situation in their relationships, talking about ending a relationship, walking away at this time, entering a new relationship, or just going single and putting this love onto themselves because they're tired of the fighting. They're tired of having to be on their toes, having to be on the defense. It's exhausting. See? Someone not committed. Confirmation. Someone is not committed in this connection. That's confirmation. Spirit was saying, hey, somebody here says this can't go on. Somebody here is already checked out, right? Spirit says somebody here is already checked out. Somebody here is always tired of having to chase somebody. Somebody here is always tired of having to wait for somebody to come around. Somebody here is even tired of settling, okay? Somebody has already told themselves, I'm no longer committed to a relationship because I realize I've been settling. I've been settling. Okay? Spirit is talking to you and telling you, don't stay. Don't stay with someone who isn't right for you just because it's safe. Confirmation, wasn't Spirit saying earlier that there's a persona, a facade when we are out in public. Like, this connection is the bee's knees. Everything is glamorous and beautiful and perfect and fine in our relationships. But behind closed doors, we're not committed. We know that we're settling for less. We know that we're waiting around for someone. We're knowing that we're somewhat with someone that wants to be chased. And someone is just not willing to put in the work anymore in a relationship. Confirmation, being guarded, right? Having to be on guard all the time. Your stress levels are up. Your stress levels are up. Your anxiety is up. Not knowing what this person is going to do next. Whether this person is staying or going. Having to always defend yourself. Being in a relationship but still feeling lonely. For those tuning into this reading, you're no longer rushing into relationships. You're no longer rushing into relationships because you refuse to settle. You're not going to commit to relationships unworthy of you, to toxic connections, to connections that give very little but take a whole lot. You're guarded now. You're keeping people at arm's length. You're protecting your heart at this time. If someone tries to come back, oh, they can't rush in. No. You got your guards up now. You refuse to settle with people who are not committed to you. Ooh, that's too many. Somebody speaking their truth. Somebody speaking their truth and ending relationships that go nowhere, relationships with people that don't commit, relationships with people that don't show up, relationships that always have third party interference, whether that's friend, family, work, lover. You never have time for the relationship. Then why should I make time for this relationship? Somebody says you don't make time for this relationship. I have to chase you down. I have to text. I have to call. I have to go around your neighborhood. I have to go around your job. I have to hunt you down. And no one should be doing that. All right, there they go, playing games. They're coming out, right? They're playing games. And you're starting to notice and realize the games that they're playing. And you're realizing, oh, I have settled for a player. I let this person rush into my life and now there's chaos. And so you're deciding, hey, I'm going to walk away towards new love. I'm not going to keep fighting for somebody who makes me an option, who play games, who rushes in and rushes out, who's not committed. Who makes excuses. They're not committed. They make excuses. They got these trust issues. They're giving you trust issues. There's no fixing this person. Don't even try. Don't even bother. They don't want to be fixed. They don't want to be fixed. They like these third parties. They like these distractions. It's entertainment for them. This person gotta want to change on their own. Your love ain't gonna make them change, okay? Your love can't change them. Your love can change you. Your love can have an effect on you. Pour that love on you with that Ace of Cups, with that Ace of Hearts. Pour all that love on you. Take the love of the universe, receive it, pour it upon yourself. Start loving yourself. Stop settling for less. Stop settling for these players. Stop settling for people who won't commit. People who are guarded. People who are emotionally unavailable. Who are playing games with people's emotions. When you want to have a serious conversation, they make excuses. When you tell them where this relationship is going, is it going to go to the next level? Are we going to move in together? Are we going to get engaged? Are we going to get married? They change the subject. They crack a joke. They ignore you like you haven't said anything. Or they make excuses. Or when the money is right. Or give it a more couple of years. When our families are in town. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Excuses. Someone here is holding on to a player, holding on, settling for someone who is not going to commit in the end. This person is not going to commit in the end. Be careful who you're holding on to and what reasons are you holding on to them for. Okay, check your heart. Look into your heart. Why you want this person in your life. Why you feel like you need this person in your life. Why you feel like you can't find another love. You can't start again. You can't go at it alone. What is it? What doubt, what fear, what insecurity is creeping up? What from your shadow has to be worked on? What is it that has you settling for someone who makes you chase them, who makes you an option, who won't commit but tells you to hold on a little longer, hold on another day, hold on another week, hold on another month? And it's the same crap. They never commit. They always got an excuse. And someone here refuses to give up on a toxic relationship. Don't come on Kettle Messages Tarot talking about why I in this bad relationship. Some of you are choosing and deciding to stay in these relationships for whatever reason, for whatever excuse you're giving yourself to stay with someone who won't commit to you, who breadcrumbs you, who give you excuses, who tells you tomorrow, 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 and tomorrow comes, and what? What are you waiting for? What are you holding on to? Your love is not going to fix them. Love is not going to solve this problem. Some of them are making the excuses that they work too much. Can't go on a date because I'm working. Can't see you this weekend because I'm working. At times, they don't even want to touch you, or you don't want to touch them because you're so grossed out thinking about what they were doing when they wasn't with you, when they were making excuses that they were working late, that they had to work the weekend, that they had to be away for work for a month, for 3 months. Someone here is even doing magic. Someone here is doing some love magic, some binding magic. Watch it with love magic. Watch it, especially in this reading, because somebody is not committed. Somebody, their heart isn't in it. They've already checked out. And you're going against somebody's free will. Be careful with these love magic, love potions you're using at this time. And if you're even creating attraction love potion magic, then be careful with that as well, because some of you are calling in some players, some energy here, one night stands, hit it and quit it, here today, gone tomorrow type of energy. There's people here that don't want to settle, don't want to commit. They just want to hit it and quit it, or they just want to have connections with no labels. Let's just see where this goes. And somebody here wants something more. Somebody here wants something deeper. But somebody else is rushing connections because they already want to sleep with someone. They already want to make somebody theirs. And then once they make you theirs, that's it, they're out. Yes, love yourself, honor yourself. Honor the goddess, the God you are. Don't allow yourselves to get played. Don't settle for people who are not committing, that have you as an option, that you have to chase them, that all you do is argue and fight with them, that you're so desperate for some of you that you're resorting to love magic, and that's not working. That has them coming in and out, but they won't stay. Okay, this love magic, if you're doing it, is not going to make this person stay. They're coming in and out, yes, but they're still talking and seeing other people. Some of you are dealing with a Taurus. But you've been very patient with this person. You've been dating them a while. You've been patient with this person, wanting to see where this relationship goes. But they're making too many excuses to commit or to take this relationship to the next level. It's up to you if you want to continue to wait for this person and be a third party. That's right. Connect with the source. Connect with your spirit guides. Listen to your intuition. Okay? Listen to your intuition. You get source and divine creator. So spirit is with you at this time, illuminating this relationship, this friendship, this connection you have with someone that won't commit, that you know you're settling for less if you stay in this relationship, that when you're out in public, it looks all nice and pretty, but behind closed doors is a hot mess. There's verbal abuse, physical abuse. There's just icing each other out, hitting below the belt. And you deserve better than this. Know that you deserve better than this. Let's get some final messages on this general tea. Oof. Moving on. Like it just flipped over. Just flipped over. Someone here has to say thank you next. This is confirmation for that first message that came through. When Spirit is saying, hey, somebody's already checked out. They're already moving on towards a new relationship. Thank you, next. Time to move on from these toxic relationships. Ask yourself, why are you there? Why are you putting up with this nonsense? Ask yourself at this time. They ain't shit. Of course. Confirmation. Confirmation. Move on. Move on. Thank you, next. They ain't shit. Okay? Lying about having to work. Lying about wanting to settle down and having a committed relationship when deep down inside they know they're never going to commit. Lying about being a one-woman man, a one-man woman, and they're out here straying, rushing in and out of connections and relationships. That's why we said for those people that are doing this love magic, okay, that people are doing love magic, you're calling someone into your life who ain't shit. And then you're wondering why this is not working out. Be careful what you hold on to. Be careful what you call in. Be careful what you're trying to cling on to. Because someone here definitely won't settle down. And they're not worth settling down with anyway, as the moving on card came out. That's right. It's time for you to be a boss daddy, a boss mama. Okay, it's time for you to boss up. It's time for you to boss up. Move on to a new relationship. Stop taking unnecessary abuse. Speak your truth. Put an end to the third party. Put an end to being an option. Put an end to having to chase somebody. Put an end to settling for less. Put an end to it and move on. Move on to those that don't make you a priority. Move on from those that can't see your light, can't see your beauty, can't see your inner spirit, can't see that you divinely protected. Rejection is God's protection at this time. You know deep down in your heart you're settling for a relationship and a person that's not worthy of you. You've been waiting for this person to change, giving this person chances, opportunities, going at a slow pace. But you are waiting in vain, okay? Because they broke like no joke, or they will leave you broke. Okay? They will leave you broke. They will leave you when you broke, because they're really uninterested. They're not interested in love. They're not interested in commitment. They're not interested in a relationship. They're not interested in settling down. They're not interested. Why are you? That's the question. They've already checked out and moved on. It's time for you to boss up. It's time for you to boss up, because you know they ain't shit. Okay? Keep that in mind. It's all about their ego. Okay? Your ego is wounded right now. They ain't take your heart. They ain't steal your love. Your love is inside of you. Okay? The ego is wounded. They chose somebody else. They cheat. They lie. They breadcrumb. Don't take it personal. It's about them. It's not about you. That wounded ego that can keep you in a toxic relationship for a long time if you don't snap out of it. Okay? Take your hair out of your face. Put your chin up. Put your head up high. And continue moving forward. They can't take your light. They can't take that you're a beautiful person, a good person. Those people that they're cheating with, that they're out there painting the town red with, they ain't shit. They ain't you. That's why they continue to come back, right? That's why they continue to come back. They go out there, they have their fun, and then they come back. Let me get a final message for this general tea to wrap it up. Recognize that you're your own worst enemy at this time. Okay? Stalking, obsessing over someone who is not interested in you, who has already moved on, who is out here cheating. Be honest. Be honest and commit to yourself. Don't allow anyone to play with your feelings. Confirmation. Don't allow anyone to play with your feelings, toy with your emotions, string you along, make you empty promises that they never planned on fulfilling. They're never going to come through. They're continuing to come in and out of your life. So you have free will. It is up to you if you stay in these relationships. But the message here, Be careful what you're holding on to, especially if they're showing they're not committed, especially if they're showing that they're not interested, that they don't have a pot to piss in, that they're always making excuses, that they're at work, or they're just making all type of excuses in general when it comes time to spend time with you. Be careful about rushing back into these toxic relationships or allowing this person to rush back in, love bombing you, talking about they love you, okay? They only show up when somebody else has crushed their ego, let them down, canceled a date on them, dumped them. That's when they show back up. That's when they show back up. You on guard at this point. You know that you have been settling. You know that it's time to move on to new love. That has been the general spilling of the intuitive tea. Until we sip tea again, thank you for joining the channel. Support your content creators. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And to receive your own personal private reading, book it at our website, kettlemessagestarot.my.kava.site. In the description